Hi everybody, Anamika here again. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the videos that I have been making. I have also put them on a YouTube channel now. So please go ahead, like and subscribe that channel as well if you're finding these videos useful. Today I'm here to talk about gratitude again. And this is more of a concluding video for all the gratitude in action series for a relationship specifically as a topic. So in the last couple of 4-5 days, I've been writing a lot about how can you use gratitude in relationships specifically. Now, before I step in, remember, relationship is a very vast subject. So it's not possible for me to talk about every aspect of a relationship and how to improve it or how to avoid any confusions or any friction in a relationship. That's a very, very vast subject. And at the same time, every relationship, every situation in a relationship requires a different approach. So I'm happy to be contacted if you think that I will be able to guide you in some manner or share my experiences or whatever I have learned over a period of time. If you think that will be valuable, you can happily contact me to discuss a particular specific situation. Today, we are specifically going to talk about how you can use gratitude to improve on a relationship or a situation in a relationship. Remember, this is not a relationship that I'm talking about where you have questions in terms of whether you should even stay in this relationship or not. So that's not what I'm talking about. That's first. Second, we are not limiting this discussion or this relationship to only a romantic relationship or to only a spouse related relationship. This relationship that we are talking about can be any. It can be friendship, it can be a parent and a child relationship, it can be colleagues relationship, or it can be sisters or brothers, or vice versa. So it can be any mix that you can look at. Here we are going to use gratitude in improving a particular relationship. So what we did over the last 4-5 days is we wrote a lot. And if you have followed, if any of you have looked at those notes that I had shared with you, and hopefully you would have taken the steps as well, taken the action as well. If not, here is the time, you can do it again. So day one, the ask is to write down, and writing is an extremely essential exercise. When we write down, we kind of put our raw thoughts on paper, and when we put the raw thoughts on paper, we are able to look at it more objectively, more clearly, and we are sometimes able to look at aspects that we may not bring to our conscious thought process. So that's extremely a very useful exercise. So try writing. In this exercise specifically, definitely write down. So first day, we were supposed to write down what is troubling you specifically in this relationship. Now it can be, let's say it's a parent and child relationship and you're saying that your child is not listening to you, or is becoming very revolting, is probably not being respectful, any of those kind of troubles. So write all of that down. What is troubling you in this relationship? Once you have written it down, read it thoroughly again, and read it once or twice if required. Writing and then reading it helps you analyze the situation, analyze what you have written more logically. Then you are able to decipher what you have written, how much of it is your feeling and how much of it is actually a fact. Okay, that's why we say write and then read what you have written. That was the day one exercise. Day two, you were supposed to then write down what have you invested in this relationship, specifically in terms of your emotions. What kind of emotions and what kind of energy are you putting into this particular relationship? Are these negative energies? Are these or are these positive energies? Are these very negative kind of an investment where you're shouting all the time, or you're miserable, or you're irritated, or you're questioning, you are kind of not trusting at all? Or are you extending that trust? Are you extending that support? So what are you investing in this relationship? You write that down again and then you will read it, just like we did on day one. Now this day two is going to help you understand and introspect on what are those things. There will be some things that you have written there. When you read them, you will automatically realize you did not like it. Oh, I should not have done that. That does not relate to me, or I'm not that kind of a person. How can I react like that? How can I do like that specifically to this person? So it will bring some introspective realizations to you. On day three, Now, I have been speaking about this a lot earlier as well, that words are extremely powerful. And before someone else listens to the words, your mind listens to the words that you speak as well. So we have to choose our words really carefully. And in this case, also, you should observe what words are you using. These words can be used while you're describing this relationship to someone else. You may say that, oh, that's a very stressing relationship, I'm extremely tired of this person, or how he or she behaves. Or how do you communicate it to yourself? What are the words that you're using when you're talking about this relationship to yourself? What are the emotions that you're sharing with yourself? Because what you feed in is what you will get, what emotions you will bring out as well. So extremely important there, write those words and then observe, are there any words, read again, observe, are there any of these words that you want to alter, that you want to change, that you think you can do better? So this is an introspective exercise, so you do that again on day 3. On day 4, we are bringing it all together, and now we are using gratitude. Now, you may be worried and you may be angry, upset, annoyed, irritated, whatever the emotion is. You may have those emotions with this person on a certain situation, right? Detach that situation from this person and sit down and write, what are you grateful for with this person? What are you grateful for in this relationship? What is it bringing to you? Is it bringing love? Is it bringing peace? Is it bringing harmony? A simple example, having our kids back home, if they are staying somewhere else, may add to our work, physical work. It may add to the mental stress as well, because they're not going to probably follow what you're saying. Probably we are more focused on disciplining them and they don't want to be disciplined, right? So if any of those is happening, remember, you at that time also you'll be grateful that at least they're in front of you, especially in these circumstances when everybody else is so worried about what's happening. And imagine those people who don't have their loved ones right in front of them and they are continuously worried about their well-being and how they are doing. So find out what are you grateful for in this relationship at this time and write that down. Now, concluding all of this, when you write down what you are grateful for and be absolutely genuine there, what you are grateful for, what you have actually done is you have negated all the negative emotions that you have about this relationship. Your job now is to focus on what you are grateful for and not what is troubling you, right? Again, how do you solve that is a different topic altogether. If you have any issues or if you have any problems, how do you solve those problems? How do you find peace in a relationship? That's a different discussion altogether. I'm talking about how using gratitude helps. So when you use gratitude, you immediately calm down your excitement or negative excitement I'm talking about, or anger or upset or anxiety, any of those high emotions that you have, you kind of calm them down, and then you're able to think logically, you're able to think rationally, and then you'll be able to take 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to be able to improve those things, right? So in a conclusion, remember, a relationship is a partnership. It is not a competition. It's not a war to be won. So don't try to win over a relationship. Don't try to prove yourself right all the time. It's extremely important to remember, in a relationship that matters, it's not important about who is right. What is important is what works for both involved. So that's extremely important. It's a partnership. Remember that. Second, also remember, it will never be the same. Okay, a relationship is supposed to keep changing, keeps transforming. It will move from one level to the next level. It will respond to situations and changes around you. It will respond to different age groups as people age. At every age they will learn different things. It will respond to maturity levels. It will respond to intellectual growth. It will respond to individual growth. So it will respond to everything. So it's a living and breathing entity. And so it's important to remember that you cannot behave in the same manner in a relationship every single time. Because a relationship is going to go through transformations, you will also have to keep up with those changes, keep up with those transformative alignment. So that's extremely important again. Third, it's like a cycle, so whatever you feed it with, it's going to get the same result out. And then you think, oh, this is what the result I get, so I'm going to feed this again. And that kind of keeps on circulating. So your job is to use your own effectiveness and break this negative cycle. And when you restart the cycle, insert it and start it with gratitude. So start the positivity in your relationship cycle with gratitude, and then you will see that gratitude comes back. It's a so slow process, but it's a very effective and very long term process again. So use gratitude when you are reinventing the cycle. Finally, also remember that relationship, every relationship requires true partnership. It is not 50-50. This partnership is not 50-50. It will not always be at least 50-50. Sometimes you will play 80% and the other person will be able to play only 20%. In some other situations, you will see that you are able to contribute only 40% and the other person in the relationship has taken over 60%. So this will be situation to situation, from one time to another time. It will bring a lot of different flavors and a lot of different supporting that you require for each other in a relationship. So be the balancing partner. Wherever you see there is a gap, go and fill that gap. Be the bridge. Don't be a person who is finding faults in a relationship. Rather, be the person who is going to complement in that relationship, right? So if someone is incapable of doing something, instead of finding fault in that person's incapability, you fill in that gap for that person. That's a true relationship. Okay, so to sum it up, again, a relationship is a breathing, living entity. So invest it in every single day, and invest it with positivity, invest it with gratitude. Choose your words carefully, what you're using in communication with the person in the relationship or outside while you're communicating about this relationship. Ensure you have a lot of communication, a lot of clear, open communication with this person in this relationship, in every relationship for that matter. Communication is extremely, extremely vital, but keep it open, be transparent about it, be mutually respectful, irrespective of the age. Even if it is a person who's younger to you, respect. Everybody deserves respect, everybody deserves it, and everybody needs it. So be mutually respectful of their needs, of their thoughts, of their opinions, of their behaviors, of their growing process, of their learning process. Be respectful to all of these, and be a trusting partner in your relationship. So create a relationship that has trust and that has partnership. That's all from me for this time. I hope you find it useful, and I hope you will use it in a relationship. Do let me know how it works, and happy to answer any questions that you have, and happy to communicate in a one-on-one manner in terms you think I can deep dive in any of your relationship issues and talk about that as well. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay blessed.